right.
Okay, so I
Check,
need to
check.
do.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Making sure. Oh, it sounds
Don't
good. Good check.
don't do that.
Good check.
Mm,
Oh yeah.
So I do quick time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Audio only. Yeah.
Ugh,
What?
what is this voice? It's
Oh,
kind of old
I
timey guy
do.
and kind of valley.
Yeah, it's called Old Valley.
Old Valley.
Yeah.
They have a horrible ranch dressing.
Check, check. Old Valley.
How'd the skunk situation resolve itself?
So, oh,
Um, we were out of the house about a week and a half.
Did you
Okay,
get
I'm recording.
did you
And
get
recording.
money back on rent at least?
they said that we didn't pay the full rent. Is there's still
Yeah.
a balance on our
Jesus Christ.
they're worthless. They're insane. Inept as they're slumlords, but and it's a nice place, but it was built in like the 20s. And so
Yeah.
like and then we had a dead carcass smell after the skunks, and a rat had died in the crawl space.
That's nice.
They trapped in there after the skunks.
Mhm.
So they had to come and do that. And then the guy came and looked, and we opened a drawer in like the hallway. We have like floor heating. That's why it was so bad. It came up through. Oh yeah, it was like it happened in our house. And we opened up this bottom drawer in the hallway, and there was literally like just a hole to the underneath there. And he was like, "Oh, there's your problem. This house, you need a contractor to come in here. This house was built in the 20s."
Oh my
It's like,
god.
oh yeah, I just assumed they did that before they rented it out in the
No.
2020s. Why would they? They have
No.
it tough.
I mean, every time when I lived in a place that was built in the 20s, every time they came to do work, they'd be like, "Oh God!" Like one time, the guy opened the wall and he was like, all the electrical was in like a tin can instead of like a electrical box, and that was like the whole house. They just find something, they'd be like, "Oh my God, how are you alive?" Like constantly.
When I rented a place that was infested with bees, the guy goes,
"That was a tree." That was
no,
an old.
This is a different time. But like my writing partner lived there before me, and he had the fridge like outside of the apartment, basically on a landing, and I just brought it in. But there were so many bees. And when I told him about it, he goes, "I wonder if it's because the fridge was out there." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Maybe that was attracting him." And I was like, I think you probably need to get someone out here, is where we're at with this. He was like, "Okay." I was like, "Yeah, that's not try to scapegoat the fridge."
Oh, my favorite thing was our idiot. She's the worst, the property manager, because she's like a very confident moron.
Yeah.
And doesn't want to do her job. But like the skunk fight spray happened at like 4:30 a.m. on like a Thursday. So we just had to like evacuate the house.
Ugh.
And we were talking to her, and she was like, "Well, were you having like did you have like people over, or were you playing like loud music? I just want to know what you did to like to antagonize the skunk." Well, I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
How did you do this?
Right. I mean, the skunks are our real tenants.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't bother them.
Music.
Yeah.
So
that was the first and only time I've pulled the "I'm a teacher" card, because I'm like, fuck also, you. I wish I was partying at 4:30 in the morning still.
Like those used to be landlord that the skunks were like, "You didn't tell us there were humans living up there."
Right.
Like, that's crazy. Because now they're
she's taking 2 rents in for the one space.
Yeah.
And then we found out our landlord, we thought he was just like a lawyer level scumbag. Turns out he's also an international rare minerals he's a miner also. Like he's like a blood diamond guy. Like, right. I'm like, oh, he's a super villain. Great.
Oh my God.
That's exciting.
God.
It's been a time. It's been a time.
3, 2, 1.
Let's make them laugh.
Welcome to the Pastimes. It's a podcast. We're finally doing it. You know what happens. Each week we go through a newspaper from a random date in history picked out by none other than Dave Anthony. I, Gareth Reynolds, have never seen it, and neither has this week's guest, James Fritz, the one and only returning champion.
There he is.
Hey, yo, what's up, boys?
James.
Just one.
No. I'll handle this how I feel fit. James, where can people follow you? What should people consume of yours? May we touch
my
you?
flesh.
Oh.
Yeah, sure. I welcome any touching from anyone.
Right.
Ooh,
Legally binding.
Oh shit. You have to prove you're on the Patreon, the Dollop Patreon, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
Thank you for that. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm a team player.
Really are.
You can find me at Fritz is Dead on Twitter, Instagram, all the stupid shit.
Yeah, he really sells it.
I'll let the comedy do the selling.
You certainly do.
You are hilarious and truly one of people's favorite guests, without question.
Yes.
So.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's why
time to let them down. All right.
You should be a much bigger comedian, but you never will be.
Thank you.
Yes.
Is it because I like genocide too much?
You're a big fan. You love it.
I go the other way.
that will work to some extent.
Yeah.
All right, James. So you know how this show works. There's a bunch of coins in a jar. We're gonna guess how many. Sorry, I'm working on a. Sorry. You know how this works. We guess.
Doing one behind Dave's back.
No. I'm not doing coin jar. So just. By the way, it's always more than you think. We're gonna guess what year this paper is from. And you know what, James? I've never done this before. This has never happened before. I'm going to let you guess first.
Wow.
That's how much I care about you. So
that's so sweet.
What year do you think it is?
Let's go 1878.
I'll do 1879, please. You sucker. You fucking sucker.
James was closer. It is 1890.
Wait, but
yes.
Doesn't even
every other year.
Mm-hmm. You guessed an odd.
Yeah.
I don't think
you blew it. That's how it works.
Sorry, back to Jarcast or whatever it's called.
Yeah. I mean, me and James went to MIT, so we know what we're talking about.
That's right.
Disgusting name. It's pretty good though. Jarcast you can get Jarcast wherever you get your guessing podcasts, by the way.
Carney.com.
Yeah. Get the Carney app. And that's a good spot.
August 26th, 1890. Okay. It's my birthday. Not the 1890 part, but it's my birthday. I expect gifts. Now I expect gifts. Now that you know my birthday.
I think James owes one because he was closest.
Yeah. Mine's tomorrow. So
is that true?
That is true. Why would I lie about my birthday? That's sick.
Dave. Okay. Well, I don't love this is a very intense beginning.
He's coming in hot.
Yeah. I think he thinks that we're supposed to be like, thanks for doing it before your birthday. We're not those guys.
No.
Oh, I know. I know you don't think people. I'm trying to start off hot, and then people want to see a friendship develop over the course of a. It's called story. It's called story. It's called narrative. It's
called Act One, baby.
That's right. Act like you've been there.
Yeah.
Memphis, Tennessee, the Weekly Public Ledger.
Oh.
Okay.
Memphis.
Dave is frozen now, and it's not just good acting. Oh, there you're back. Now you're back. Sort of.
Hi. My internet connection is unstable, is what this says.
That's good.
But that's just who I am.
Yeah.
That's part of my jam.
But it'd be great if it said Dave is unstable.
I was going to go there, but I was going to say a little bit better.
Sorry.
That's why we pay premium prices.
That's right. Thank you, Spectrum.
Yep.
No other choice. What you going to do?
Nope, thank you. I can only use Spectrum. I'm held hostage. So did you hear that? Memphis, Tennessee, Weekly Public Ledger, 1890, Recorder's Court. Long and tiresome docket this morning. Squire Garvin and President Bethel both on hand for the usual Sunday drunks.
Okay. That's a football team?
This paper's already fed up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about coming in with an attitude.
Yeah, seriously, calm down.
Court opened this morning as usual with Recorder Gavin and President Bethel on the bench. A large docket of cases of small importance confronted them for disposition. Alfred Turner, for drunkenness and disorderly conduct, was fined $10. His case being aggravated on account of threats to cut a woman with a knife.
Whoa.
I was just going to say, what is disorderly conduct in the 1890s? But that feels fair.
Yeah, I was expecting something cute with all the other like cute old-timey language, and it's like he threatened to cut a bitch.
Yeah, so okay.
John Thomas for
By the way, not
drunk.
a lot of people know this. John Thomas, an English euphemism for cock. Go ahead, Dave.
Both of them, or just the two words?
The two words together.
Both.
Yeah, John Thomas.
Both. It means cock.
Yeah. Yep. Have some respect.
Yeah.
Put a little bow tie on it.
John Thomas for a plain drunk was given $2.
Plain drunk.
You're just
a
regular drunk,
old, like not a stabby drunk,
plain
just
drunk.
a plain old drunk.
Yeah, okay.
A John Thomas.
You want to follow the cut a woman guy because then you're like,
yeah.
Don't I seem charming?
What can I do for 20?
Yeah. I did cut her. Guys, you're not understanding how this works.
Okay, here's some racism. John Douglas, a dilapidated one-eyed specimen of the African race, was arraigned on a charge of drunkenness and sleeping on the sidewalk.
There we go. Nice.
Oh, that seems a little not fair.
Yeah.
I agree. I'll co-sign that statement.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Yeah. Oh, the one-eyed former slave. It's like,
right? Right.
Probably, yeah. I can't believe he's a little drunk outside.
Why are you drinking?
He was just on a bench, too.
Yeah, right.
He pled in extenuation, general disability to work, and inability to resist the temptation of indulging in the flowing bowl.
I like that defense the best out of anyone that I've heard, obviously.
Yeah.
It's that I'm unable to not indulge in the flowing bowl.
Yeah. I also love that. This is like all these other like white guys are just like stabbing maniac morons. And this poor black guy who's never had any opportunity. It's like eloquent.
Yeah. The flowing bowl.
Called to the flowing bowl.
Flowing bowl.
They're like, this idiot. And he's like an actual poet.
Yeah, right.
It's
flowing bowl. It's called a bottle, dumb shit.
Douglas was discharged and warned to keep sober and off the sidewalk.
Wow.
I can do one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. One's happening.
I walk in the street.
I'll sleep in the street now.
Yeah, I learned.
Where are you supposed to be drunk?
Yeah, right.
Well, I would say probably indoors, but again, we understand the precariousness of
Big City
order.
Oh,
yeah.
listen to Big City indoors.
Well, sorry, James. I didn't think. Ooh la la.
That was my first run-in with the law, to be honest, in college.
Yeah, you can't do that. Rules are rules, boys.
Jesse Coyston for crap shooting was fined $10. He was one of a crowd of boys engaged in manipulating the ivories yesterday near the Memphis and Charleston depot.
There's a lot of slang in there.
My God.
What is actual crap shooting?
What is actual crime here?
Craps.
This is all just like people, except for Knife Guy.
Yeah,
everyone else is just hanging out.
That's true. And by the way, in the 1890s, what I picture is like a lot of this stuff being fine.
Right. Deadwood lied to me.
Yeah.
My guess is these are all black people they're arresting.
All right.
Well, they wouldn't in Memphis.
Dave.
DeWitt Groves, drunk and on the sidewalk, was fined $3.
Okay, so drunk on the sidewalk. So
Not
just
okay.
regular drunk is $2. Sidewalk, that's going to bump you up $1.
Yeah.
So then stabbing.
Not cool.
Attempted stabbing is an extra $5.
Well, he didn't even attempt to do it. He just said he called his shot, which again, I don't think there's a crime in that.
Yeah. What is this? Thought police?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I've done that a bunch.
if you actually cut the woman, then the fine's only $8.
Yeah, that's a different thing.
Because then it's no longer a threat. You know which woman he was going to cut. Yeah.
Very specific.
I thought it was going to be the constable's matron. You know, I don't know what any of these words mean.
The constable matron's next to the flowing bowl. So
the flowing bowl is a British slang for a woman's area.
Yeah, for a vagina. You can say it. Yeah. Say it, Jim.
I did. Woman's
vagina.
area.
Vagina.
Vagina. I said it.
You fucking weirdo.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
You still like me?
Liana Morris was charged with disorderly conduct and abusive language, fined $5.
And wait, stab threatener got 8?
8.
10.
So
he got 10.
Oh, yeah, 10.
It was
Okay,
10.
so this is half. Okay. So I guess if it's specific threats, then that's worse, obviously. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh, it's just kidding, O'Hara.
That's me. He meant it as a goof.
J.K. O'Hara, charged with carrying a pistol, was bound over to criminal court.
Oh, wow. What the fuck?
O'Hara got into a disreputable house last night on Market Square and became involved in a difficulty with an inmate of the house. During the melee, he flourished a pistol and threatened to shoot the woman when an officer was called in and placed him under arrest. He begged his honor to release him on account of his character heretofore, which he claimed was good, but he was bound over with that fine.
I love that move.
I'm good guy.
I've never done this before.
I'm a great guy. Well, you know what? Let him go.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a guy.
Everybody gets one.
He said his father is a lawyer and the officers would pay.
Here we go.
The classic. That's
the worst.
Yeah. My dad's a lawyer.
My uncle's a sheriff. Kissing the fucking boot only to have it not work. That's the lowest of the low.
Jack Martin, a young white mechanic, was arraigned on charge. Oh, a white guy. A white guy.
Mechanic though.
Hold
Still
on.
Class.
Was arraigned on a charge of illegal cohabitation with a Negro girl under the age of consent.
Well,
Christ, a lot of twist in that one.
Christ. I had a joke ready and then it becomes statutory and stuff.
Go for it.
Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna pull the punch, honestly.
It gets better.
Oh no.
He was released upon proof that the girl's reputation was unsavory and that she was a streetwalker.
Oh my God.
She was fined $10.
Oh my God. That's the same as a stabbing fee.
I mean, the law works. The law works.
Let it cook. Oh my God. Oh God.
Oh, what a ride.
Yeah.
Sally Thomas, Will Thomas, and Andrew Jackson were arraigned for disorderly conduct. Jackson, who was drunk, claimed the ownership of a pair of shoes and took possession of them that belonged to Will Thomas. He was fined $10 and the others were released.
Boy, this $10 fine is quite a ceiling.
Yeah.
They got into it.
Shoe theft.
A lot of stuff at 10 at the $10 tier.
Shoe theft.
Yeah.
I'm going to stab that woman. I took loafers. You both are equal in the eyes of the law.
And so is this woman that has been pimped out since she was a child.
Wait, what? Yeah. I'm a child. Enough. Disgusting.
Here's a guy who wasn't fined. A.W. Salisbury, for drunkenness and disorderly conduct, was taxed $3.
Taxed?
Just a different way.
It's a write-off.
Yeah. It's a he got a write-off.
Yeah, he can write. Yeah, he's a write-off. They're like, you. All right, listen.
Turner and Isaac Pruitt, Joe Evans, and Robert Boone each got $10 for disorderly conduct and abusive language. These black toughs.
Boy, this
it's the 1890s thug word, right? It's
right. Yeah. Yep.
These black toughs were arrested yesterday on Beale near Main Street by Officer Wolf at the instance of Mr. Jack Wright, who, while walking along with his wife, was crowded off the sidewalk by them and insulted.
If Bill Street could talk.
Honestly, it would be like, girl, get over here.
That'll be $10.
That'll be
You've been fined for walking while black.
Damn.
Memphis in 1890 turns out not great.
No.
Yeah.
So weird.
All the absorbing topic of conversation in the city is electricity.
Wow. I get that.
Is that a metaphor? Like it's electric.
AC/DC's coming to town.
Yeah, AC/DC's coming. I think they're really excited about electricity.
Can you imagine though? I would be losing my fucking mind, dude.
It's how I feel about AI.
Yeah, You're a buzz.
I love it.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, I'm a big AI guy.
Oh, Dave's huge in AI.
Well, the thing is, it's not gonna take. You just use it as like as a tool.
Yeah, as long as you stay in charge of it.
Nothing to worry about.
Stay in charge of it.
Yeah, I mean, the culture will never be dumbed down even further. We're just using it as a tool.
Yeah, and it's gonna be good. And
a good tool.
And even though you read some of these stories about how it's outsmarting humans, that's a few and far between. That's fine.
How it'll replace 80% of the jobs.
That's fine though.
It's just a tool.
That's fine.
It's just good to see the capitalists jerking off like monkeys because they can get rid of artists. It's totally normal.
It's awesome.
Before it's even close to being able to do that, they're like,
they can't wait.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Oh God!
Well, if you want more of the country,
dream.
If you want more of the country to get rid of AI, I would just refer to it as immigrant. I feel like then that would really
or DAI.
Yeah,
oh, that.
The DAI.
What?
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so all the absorbing topic of conversation is in the city is electricity. The people are anxious to know if this power is going to be substituted for mules on the street railway system.
Never.
And as the petition to make such substitution has been before the city fathers for several days, it seems about time for them to indicate which way the wind is blowing.
Wow.
They'll never replace mules.
No, a mule?
Come on.
That was definitely that guy who was like, you're telling me they're going to make a mule that runs on wires? I don't think so.
The final and greatest achievement of the human endeavor.
I've lived long enough.
I dare you.
You ain't gonna
imagine a better world than mules.
Wires ain't gonna come and take our mule.
Can I cold you up in my barn with an electricity?
What are we gonna ride? A pile of wires?
What's next? Electric mules? I scoff in your general direction.
By the way, I'm gonna stab you. Why? Oh, I gotta go.
All right, that's $10.
Apologies.
Unless you're named after a steak.
Yeah.
Then it's just a fine.
A fallen monarch.
Ooh, butterflies.
Joe Tansey, once a champion pugilist, is a fugitive from justice.
He's a pugilist.
Oh, get out of here.
Okay,
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Mules will never be. What?
The mules will not replace us. What
the
do
mules
you say?
will not replace us. The mules will not replace us.
The king has fallen. Joe Tansey, the champion slugger, the pride of West Memphis, is a fugitive from justice. Joe was once a bad man. He whipped Al Burke and came near killing Jack LeClaire, two men who are 20 pounds less weight than himself.
Two men who are 20 pounds.
Oh, this is when all the boxers were white still, right?
Yes, that's right.
That must be.
Yeah, these names are great.
Yeah.
Jack LeClaire.
Yeah.
Ooh, sounds mean.
Ace Quiche.
This gave the slugger a case of big head until he met a case of big head.
Like ego, or he has like a swollen cauliflower head?
I think
he's allergic to stuff. He's allergic to stuff.
He'd been swelling up, going eating all them fruits.
Let me at him. I'm still good. There's a little bit of swelling.
Your big head is real bad today. I don't think you should fight.
I think it'll be fine. It's actually a lot of cushion. There's a lot of cushion in it.
Ooh, it'll be mostly fluid coming out at every punch.
I got him. Woo! Ah! I got pillow head.
Sorry, go ahead, big head.
This gave the slugger a case of big head until he met a countryman down in Fort Pickering who whipped him in a rough and tumble fight.
Wow.
This made him sick, and he returned to West Memphis. Here he was not heard of for several days, but finally showed up at a poker game where Pat Gleason was pictured as winning his pile of dust and breaking his face with a beer glass when he objected and said the game was a brace.
I mean, that, honest to God, that is quite a run of a sentence there. He broke his face, pile of dust.
Mm-hmm. He lost because he called him a cheater, right? That's what happened. And then he got hit in the face
with a bottle.
broke
his face.
Broke his face. The slugger has lost his reputation and went to Wynne, Arkansas to run the town. In a few days, he was locked up on a charge
to run the town.
I think probably just to like maybe gambling wise or
okay.
Put a beat.
Is that like or like welcome beat up insane stranger? Would you like to be our mayor?
Yeah, that's the bad, right?
Mayor Big Head.
You've got a real bad cut on your face. A man put a bottle into it. Anyway, when is your election season?
In a few days, he was locked up on the charge of robbing a store of $50 in cash.
We can't get his head through the bars, sir.
On account of his position, he was given the Star Chamber on the second floor. Last Thursday night, Tansy, tired of the confinement, jumped out of the window and escaped. Why is there just a window?
And why is that? Why do they have the like lounge for? Oh, I'm sorry. Please let us take you to the Downey Jr. suite.
This guy is like one of those like lesser known like 8 or 11-minute Bob Dylan story songs.
Oh my God.
Oh, then he went down, jumped out of the window, and
here comes the story of Pillowface. A guy who wherever he went, he was trying to run the place. He felt like his life was in hell, so he jumped out the window at a second store sale.
So he is now dodging.
That was good.
Yeah, he was now dodging the officers and will not likely show up here for a considerable length of time.
Wow.
Yeah, well, that's a good story.
So I want to see if this guy ever got back in the ring.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with the Bob Dylan song about this guy now.
Sorry.
Yeah.
A mad race. About 6 o'clock yesterday.
Could go either way. Yeah, the
could go either way. Yeah. About 6 o'clock yesterday evening, the patrol wagon containing Misters Bob Lee and Harry Cassell was seen to make a sudden bolt from the police station at a rate of speed that threatened death and destruction to wagon and passenger alike. Harry Cassell, occupying the driver's seat, made a frantic endeavor to restrain the frenzied steeds, but in vain. On they rushed in their mad career to Adams Street, down Adams to 3rd, down 3rd to Union, finally ending their wild race between a telephone pole and a country wagon.
That sounds like a horse race broadcast a little bit.
Yeah. Down to 3rd, and they've hit a pole.
Moving down 3rd, going down to 3rd, and then hit a pole.
Just as the madly rushing horses turned the corner of 3rd and Union with a sweep that lifted the vehicle from feet in the air, Bob Lee, who had been holding on with a grip, suddenly lost his balance. After having made an aerial ascent of some 20 feet or more above the heads of the bystanders, he came in contact with the granite stones on the street with a thud.
Oh, Christ.
With a thud that could be heard from some distance.
Now, this guy's a writer.
Yeah. This is.
Yeah. Usually they're terrible, but this guy's actually got some skills.
Seems extreme. I mean, that is quite a distance.
It's pretty high, but the sound, I mean, you got to go by the sound. You can measure how high he was off the sound of the thud.
That's right. Yeah. It's like, rings on a tree, except for skull fragments in a head.
Yes.
Shake him. He's like a maraca.
Upon examination, it was found...
Throw him in the jail.
No. Well, we may as well, just to be safe.
Yeah.
Upon examination, it was found that in hitching up, they had admitted to put the bits in the horse's mouths, hence the catastrophe. Is that what happens if you don't put a bit in the horse's mouth?
I guess. What? That can't be right.
Wait. They
didn't put the bit in the horse's mouth.
And then the horses were like, fuck it, let's go.
Oh, maybe they can't make them like, that's how you make them slow. And
what they do is like they put the thing around the head, but didn't like put the bit in the mouth.
So then
when
pulling
they yank,
and
the horse is feeling
just like,
like, fuck that.
This is going great. This is the best ride I've had in a while.
Yeah, anyone who puts that in your mouth, I would try to kill the second I had the chance.
Sure.
Look very painful. By the way, that'll be $10. I know.
There was no serious damage done, however, and when last seen, horses and drivers were going peacefully on their way to Citizens Park. I guess he was fine.
Kept going?
Okay.
I guess he was fine. They said the drivers went on.
No, let's not spoil a day in the park.
This was just how it was back then. You fly 20 feet in the air, you keep going.
That's right. People were tougher back then. We didn't have safe spaces.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
We didn't have pronouns. Like everyone.
There we go. Well, you had them, but keep going.
No, we didn't have any. We didn't need them.
Okay, all right. Okay, keep going.
We would just point and grunt at each other.
Yeah.
People knew who they were talking to, and if they didn't, you'd get a bottle in your face, and they twist it around, and that was a weekend.
Society was like if everyone was Tim the Toolman Taylor.
All right. You would narc on your best friend and send him to jail for 40 years. Oh, man.
That was an incredible one.
Thank you.
Wow. That's like the one at the end of the credits. Are you what? No.
I could do voice comedy. I could do impressions. I choose not to. I talk about the real issues.
Sorry, are you calling me a hack? Because I am.
You're calling you a hack?
Yeah.
Why would you call yourself that?
I'm trying to make friends with everybody, and I'm feeling
you
pretty
should try
weird
to
right
love
now.
yourself. You're not a hack. You're a good man. Well, now you're stealing shit.
Annie Reynolds and Margaret Seward, two white women, were arrested yesterday for stealing a marble figure from the rotunda of Duffy's Hotel.
Oh, classic white woman crime.
Yeah.
I like that they have
the
to
Winona,
be
the Winona writers of their age.
Yeah.
They got to be like, hey, this crime is committed by whites, everybody.
Right away. They get it out of the way. Like, before you get upset, they're white women. Oh, okay.
The readers are taking unnoosening the rope.
Yeah. All right. It's more of a sorority. Now that I hear the race, it's a bit of a sorority prank.
Girls being girls.
Girls are just having fun.
Go ahead and de-noose that, Jimmy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why don't we just have some that are noosed already and some that shut up?
De-noose it.
You can't make a proper noose unless you're reading the paper angry.
That's right. The figure represented a weeping Cupid. So they took a marble.
Weeping Cupid marble.
They took a weeping Cupid marble statue.
Sure. Probably heavy.
The women got stuck on him and carried him off. So they were just super into it, and they took it. They must.
I have a lot of friends that would do something exactly like
totally.
this.
I was just probably
like, let's put this in Frank's yard. Like that's probably what it was, right?
The guy who researches a lot of these first burns, when he and I were in college, we were walking down the street shit-faced, and someone in Boston had clearly run off the road and hit a mailbox, like one of those big blue ones, and we picked it up and took it up to my apartment.
Yeah.
It stayed there for like a week until we.
It's just a federal crime.
That you're admitting to.
Yeah. Hey, follow me at Fritz's dad.
Wait, is that what I said?
Hurry.
I'm Gareth. I'm stupid. I'm not. Maybe I'm
that's
not
fine.
good.
That was good.
Okay, I got the one. I'll work on more impressions.
Run in the vages.
Pardon?
What?
Run in the vages.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that an order?
Get back to the paper.
Honey, get in here. Dave wants me to do something on cam.
So I'm running the veggie.
A worthless thieving gang, both white and colored, who should be handled by the law.
Boy.
Man.
There are several hundred vagrants. They're talking about vagrants.
Oh, okay. Right. Oh, right.
Idiots.
Well, let's do it the other way. There are several hundred vaginas in Memphis.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Black and white.
Running together.
In unity.
Or as we've often said, our greatest fear.
Yeah.
Loose vaginas of all races and creeds running together in the streets. We're going to need every man to show up.
Every man.
No problem.
Oh. There are several hundred vagrants in Memphis who should be made to go to work or be run in.
Ugh,
Mitch,
that just be running. I always say that.
This is literally what's going on today in LA. This is what the Supreme Court's deciding. Should we put all the homeless in camps? Like,
Did you see the one lady who spoke was on our? Yeah, that was great. One lady who spoke in favor of making it illegal to be homeless. Worked for LA.
It's absolutely the craziest thing to try. It's like I really cannot wrap my head around the idea of that. Like, come on, enough. You had your fun. Get in a home.
Well, yeah, and the economy's great. I mean, this is grert timing to introduce something like this.
You had your little street rumspringer. Now go back to your mansione.
Quit your camping.
Enough city camping. We know you love it.
Now call your parents,
go
and tell them to buy you a house like we did.
Enough.
Otherwise, why are you here if your parents can't buy you a house?
You're a big group who have fun. Okie dokie.
So, Major Pettit ordered the police to run in the Vags, and for a time they made it lively for them. But a policeman has too much to do to arrest every vagrant he runs across. So why can't the deputy sheriffs do part of this work?
On it. Yeah. Go ahead.
They're like, so the cops are supposed to round everybody up. That's what we're doing here. Why don't we bring the sheriffs in to round them up?
This is literally Los Angeles.
Disgusting to make it. The cops are supposed to arrest every vagrant. Yeah. They won't be able to. Get the sheriffs involved. We need the National Guard like this. Let's make it make sense.
We need to fund the police more so we can hire more cops.
That is the difference, is that now it's like we've heard these cries from the 1890s. So we're like, we do need more cops to arrest all these homeless people. Increase their budgets.
Yeah.
That'll help.
Solve it.
There is boodle in it for them, and they have the authority to do it. Boodle's cash. Sweet
boodle?
Like the whole kit and caboodle?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I don't think so.
All right. Around every tough saloon and a great many of the principal street corners, large numbers of this class hang out. They beg, steal, or gamble for a living and are no account on earth. They're a constant source of annoyance to the police, and though some have been arrested and are now on the rock pile, there are several hundred left. Now is the time for the county officials to get in their work and supply the workhouse with big, able-bodied men to work the roads with.
Anna Kasparian said that.
Anna Kasparian. You're listening to the Young Turks.
Welcome to the Old Turk. It really is shocking that it's like the only thing that's really changed is the technology.
Yeah,
completely. That's 100%. Straight out of today. So why can't we put them in these work camps out in the desert?
I don't want to see them.
I was at my kid was playing on a football team, flag football thing, and talking to a bunch of parents, just in a circle, and someone brought up the homeless problem. This was like 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. And one of them's like, yeah, we should that idea to like put them in like a camp out in the desert. And everyone's like, idea. I think that's a good idea. And then they let it go on for a bit, and then I go, yeah, those are actually called concentration camps. Like that's a legal definition of.
Well, I think they would be able to focus. I see.
They got really quiet.
I just think work will set them free. I mean, is that so wrong?
Well, I mean, people act like you're not fulfilled if you're forced at gunpoint into telemarketing.
Oh, shit.
We're fucked. Not a good nation of people.
No, the best nation of people.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Right.
Not
You're
a good one.
Right, James.
A great one.
The greatest one.
The greatest one.
Flabbergasted him. A man's ghost appears 3 hours after his death.
Fuck yes. This is great.
There we go. All right.
Let me just crack the old knuckles. I think we got a little comedy coming our ways, boys.
On Friday noon, Edwin Russell, a prominent real estate broker who was at one time president of the British Bank at Portland, Oregon, died of apoplexy. 3 hours later, his ghost appeared before Harry Reeves, leader of St. Luke's Choir, of which Russell was a member. It was while he was arranging music for Sunday's service that the apparition appeared. Reeves relates his experience as follows. I went to my room and lay down on a lounge. Then, by an impulse I cannot account for, I walked to the door. The head of the stairway was somewhat dimly lighted, but not so dimly, but what I could at once see what appeared to be the figure of Russell.
Not really help. Like 2 sentences of that could have gone immediately.
This guy's not the level of storyteller as that other guy.
No, not at all. Yeah.
It was so real, so lifelike, that I at once stepped forward and stretched out my hand and was about to speak some words of welcome. The figure seemed to have a roll of music in one hand, and the other hand was over his face. But it was Russell's image.
But his face was covered. Oh, but it's Russell's, you can see through it.
I can see through. Yeah, you can probably see through the hand.
I don't know about this. I don't. This is like the conversation.
Can you see through the ghost hand to see the ghost face? This is a legitimate question.
You two just agreed, like, yeah, the hand's transparent, obviously.
Yeah.
his ghost hand is see through.
Right, but if his face is see through, does that all make sense? Because it's all see through.
You know, Gareth and I always have this argument. Ghosts do not wear gloves. I've said it a million times, but Gareth thinks they all have gloves.
And that makes a ton of sense.
What about Butler Ghost?
You know what? Don't stop.
She's a real Butler Ghost. You know what I mean?
I don't even know. And to be quite honest, no.
I don't either. Anytime something sounds like Butterface, I like to make a joke.
Oh, okay.
I'll cancel myself out.
She's a real Butler hand.
She's a real Butler hand. Yeah, everything's visible Butler hand. What? I'm in pain.
Always. As I advanced to the head of the stairway, the figure seemed to turn as if about to descend and faded into air. I remember trying to speak to it, but my tongue clung to the roof of my mouth. And then I fell against the wall and gasped out, "Oh my God!"
Wow.
You should have just called this little article, "I'm a big pussy."
Yeah, didn't handle it great, obviously.
Yeah. It's your friend. Also, it's your buddy.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a demon. It's
the story of when I saw a shadow.
Right.
Yeah.
And I swallowed my own tongue.
And then screamed, "Oh my God!"
And then I retired to my bed, my swooning couch.
Yeah.
That was a bummer. That was a bust of a ghost story, by the way.
Well, there's more. My sister and niece.
I mean, that's not on you.
No, I know. No, it's on me. It was the telling. It wasn't the words.
No, it wasn't.
Dave, one more time with a little bit of.
This guy's like, I saw it. I didn't saw it. It was a little dark. He had his hand up. I didn't say shit. I want to
know what's on the music. He was like, better set list for Sunday.
Your kids are going. You might not like it, but your kids are going to love it.
Kids are going to love it.
My sister and niece with other folks came up, and my niece said, "Uncle Harry, what's the matter?" And I went on to explain what it was, but was so scared I could hardly speak. And my niece said, "But you know Russell is dead." Well, that flabbergasted me. It only made matters worse, and I nearly fainted.
This makes no sense.
I don't think he knew he was dead.
This makes no sense.
Oh, he didn't know he was dead.
This makes the first part of this then makes no sense. So the first part,
right?
He's like, he sees him. He's like,
get him.
He should be like,
come on, ghost detective, get him.
Yeah, okay, all right, give me a minute, okay. Welcome to Ghost PD, idiots. Okay, so he sees him and he's like, but he simply if he didn't know he was dead, he'd be like, "Hey, Harry, what's going on? The lighting in here is weird." But instead, he was like, "Oh my God." And then he's like, "I saw Harry." And then his niece is like, "Harry's been dead for 3 hours." He's like, "Oh no." Come on. I rest my case.
Just surprised and scared by everything.
Yeah, it might be.
He's just like, "My friend at the top of the stairs. Wait, he's dead.
Oh, careful.
My niece.
Oh my God, my niece. Another ghost.
I'm not a ghost. I'm Apparition speaks. Sheet music.
My dinner. Whoa.
I'm
flabbergasted.
The
We know
Saunterer.
you're flabbergasted.
I'm flabbergasted.
Oh shit!
What? Flabbergasted this Sunday on Fox after The Simpsons.
I mean, that could easily happen.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. They're like fat ghosts.
Yeah.
This Saunterer. The girls at Newport are doing a sensible thing, says a Boston Herald writer. They're fixing a more agreeable code of manners, and doubtless the effect will spread and reasonable celerity throughout the land.
That is classic Boston take.
Men have accused women of being so frightfully artificial.
Ooh.
Now the fad is to be natural. There will be less of this mealy-mouthed, lackadaisical, don't know what naughty means style of girl.
Oh my God. Oh,
For a minute,
hell yeah.
For a minute, you're going like, oh, that's kind of cool. They're like, be yourself.
Right,
you don't
right,
need
right,
to be
right.
someone else. You know, like, shut the fuck up. Figure out the salad fork. You know, be you.
Wow.
When a woman means leg, she will say it as the English do.
What does that mean?
Well, I have no
If I
fucking
hear
idea.
gams one more time. Yeah.
Oh, that's what it means. They're
Yeah,
using
yeah.
another word for leg, and he doesn't
Oh.
like it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Say
Yeah.
what you mean. I can't figure you bitches out. That's what it is.
Oh
Like,
my God.
it's just incel shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah.
It is. It's insult shit.
Yeah.
While talking to a young lady of Memphis about naturalness in women, she remarked that the average Memphis girl had but little affectation. And in speaking of women generally, she said, quote, "You men have proposed to build a hedge about womanhood, and in this enclosure, you have thrown us a number of harmless and inoffensive playthings in life. We have come tired of our dolls and have broken through this hedge at different points and come in contact with reality. In other words, women know and acknowledge to their male friends that they know." So she's
What
saying,
are you talking about right now?
Yeah, what are you saying? We put you in a house and give you stuff.
Dude, there's no hedge. What are you talking about? That's crazy.
What is a whisper network?
We should be worried, dude. They got a whisper network.
I got a whisper network.
Watch out.
Say what you
well, yeah.
mean.
Yeah, enough. Yeah, come on. Quit talking about hedges that don't exist.
The last performance, this is another story. That one's
Okay.
done.
Moving
The
on.
last performance at East End was to some extent marred by an unfortunate and apparently unnecessary incident. Deputy Sheriff George Powell, at the instance of Miss Bechtel, served an attachment upon the goods and chattels of 10 of the chorus people Saturday at 1:45.
What does this mean?
I don't understand.
So she-
Attachment?
Would you just
She is-
stop talking fucking lady and give us
Say-
the
yeah.
straight dope, dude?
Say what you mean.
What are you talking about?
She has seized their goods. She has seized their possessions.
Okay.
Well, I sees them too. What's the big deal? Say
I
what
see
you
them and
mean.
now they're not here anymore.
These chorus people boarded with Miss Bechtel, and it seems that the landlady was uneasy as to their last week's board bill. So they're staying with her, and she's like, trust
Right.
him. And they were at the park at the time of the service of the attachment, and the deputy boarded a dummy and hide him out there to either summons or settle. Okay,
Wait,
so
what?
the cop sees the shit, and he was like,
Oh,
we
Who's
have
the
it unless
dummy?
you pay up. You pay
Yeah.
up. That's what I don't know what the dummy is.
We're the
The dummy and
dummies.
Hyde, whatever dummy and Hyde is.
Oh, Dummy and Hyde was a vaudeville group.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. One was an evil man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hyde.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, that was Jack. Yeah. Well, Jekyll and Hyde were a duo. They split
Dummy
off.
and Hyde
They
would be
found a
an
dummy.
amazing duo. Yo, I don't know what my potion is, but I don't know. I should probably take a sip of it through my curly straw. That's right.
Uh,
That's right. Yo, I don't know what happened last night, but the lab is trash. My hands are hurting. I'm so tired.
You wouldn't like me when I turn into dummy. Yeah. It's a lot.
All right. Yeah.
It's a lot to deal with.
Hey,
You're
what were you
really
guys?
stupid.
Why is everyone standing around with pitchforks and lit sticks?
Because you're so annoying. You're so dumb.
Whoa! This is crazy.
Oh, Jesus. This guy didn't turn evil again or what?
Yeah, well, that's the evil guy.
Oh, my God. Look at all these.
This dumb motherfucker.
Oh, my God. I meant to eat my chicken, but I ate dirt.
God, kill
somebody.
Sometimes dirt and chicken look the same. And here's a song about it.
What
Which
do we
one's
do?
dirt and which one's chicken? One of them is dirt. Whoa. Draft one.
Yeah, that was not bad. We got a hit. Hit number 2.
Hit number 2. So Mr. Fisher
Flabbergasted, number 1.
Flabbergasted. Mr. Fisher settled and the attachment was discharged, but the members of the troupe felt quite indignant at the course Miss Bechtel had pursued, and many were the shots fired at the landlady during the performance.
Shit.
So then they said shit about her during the show.
Wow.
And it's a chorus, so they were singing. They must have been singing fucking.
Wow.
Miss Bechtel's conduct in this matter, it seems, was not dictated because of any suspicious act committed by any of the opera singers, but because of former experience. She'd been taken in before by some professional baseball and show people, and it was out of abundant precaution.
What? Former baseball people.
And show people.
Yeah, and show people. Let's not sleep on show people.
They call it the big show.
Eat out of your glove. We're baseball people here, ma'am. Would you like some ice cream and a little helmet? This is a tradition that could carry on. We're baseball people.
It was out of abundant precaution that the attachment was obtained. It further appears, according to the singers, that their board was not ethically due until yesterday. Oh, so they weren't even behind on it.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Damn.
gosh.
But Miss Bechtel seemed aware of the law that provides for the payment of debt falling due on Sunday on the Saturday preceding.
Fucking landlords.
What is that?
Yeah,
that's like
fucking
honestly,
landlord.
that's
damn
like
it.
that's like Rumpelstiltskin.
This
shit.
fucking ancient paper is just everything that makes me mad now.
I know.
Yes.
Yes, of course it's due on Sunday, but it was the Saturday preceding the Sunday a fortnight prior. Have you not read the fine print?
Sure, it's different in every
blood
town.
oath to get you out of this one. Ancient paper. Yes.
Yeah. The singers claim that her action has injured them very much, and indeed, doubtless it has, for the publicity ever attendant upon the seizing of the property of the theater people reaches far. Hotel people learning.
Theater people.
Hotel people, theater people, hotel people, show people, business people.
Show people, baseball people, theater people, hotel people.
We're all just people, man.
Oh, God. These are
why
the
are we
people.
putting up these walls, man?
These are the people. These people are the worst kind of people.
They'll be the first to go to jail.
Don't worry, we'll get them. We need the police people here.
Hotel people learning that such an attachment has been issued will regard the troupe with suspicion and perhaps either refuse to board them or continue after Miss Bechtel's way and put them to much annoyance by hasty and premature legal means.
It really sounds like how a child would describe groups. They're the baseball people.
Peoples.
And like,
They don't get along with.
They're hotel people.
They don't get along with the theater people.
They don't like the theater people.
So this is basically a landlord putting a black mark on your credit.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Vile,
for no reason.
Vile shit. Because you're theater people. Because you thought you'd move to Memphis and make it in showbiz.
Well, guess what? It's a pretty gutting business, people. Business people.
Yeah.
Another group. But it is like
everything about them is
all you do. There's no people like
business people.
I think constantly you're like, man, it's so bad now. But then you're just like, it always, whoever these systems that we're still dealing with have been in place for so fucking long.
Yeah. The only difference is now the rich people I've just had so many generations of like
Figuring it out.
exponentially piling on their wealth that they're
And
even
figuring
more
out ways to sort of, prepare for the people to be fighting back, which
right.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
I love it.
Yeah. I moved to LA to see a tank parked at a gas station.
A bloodthirsty young man.
Yes, you rang?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you said yes.
Yesterday evening, Emma Harris, a woman living at Fraser's Crossing on the Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad, was in the city to secure a peace warrant for her brother, a bloodthirsty youth of 14 years.
Whoa, what the fuck? What kind of...
A hard 14.
What? Hi, I'm here to get some certification for my brother. He's a vampire.
He came out of 13 a nightmare.
Yeah. Adolescence, am I right? He drained my mother of all of her blood. Anyway, you know how pubes are.
Yesterday morning, the young ruffian, whose name is Bud Jackson, endeavored to behead his little sister with a hatchet.
Whoa, Bud. Easy, Bud.
Easy, Bud. Hatchet people.
Bud Jackson is a great
Bud
bully
Jackson
name.
Yeah, it's a good murder name.
And it really is. It really is.
Everyone else's name is a little flowery. Bud Jackson came to town. Yeah, he just beheaded his sister.
Yeah, I still love the name. Yeah. You know how teens.
Yeah, he'll probably end up being a baseball person.
The Ode of Bud Jackson.
Yeah. I got more Dylan.
That's more Charlie Daniels band.
Yep.
Wow. It's tough.
His mother interfered and struck Bud over the head.
What's wrong with her?
Yeah.
I don't
know. Let
the
kids hatchet it out.
Yeah.
Who didn't fight with their sister with a hatchet?
Come on. Good Lord, interfering.
Yeah, your dad, he's like, get down the family hatchet and settle this with your sister.
There you go.
Well, then, Ma, why'd you give me a hatchet?
Yeah.
She struck Bud over the head with a glass bottle, shivering.
Okay, I see where it comes from.
Yeah. We're like this all the time.
Didn't start with Bud.
No.
Breaking beer bottles over their son like it's a bar fight.
Shivering it into 1,000 pieces and inflicting a deep cut upon the head of the lobster
boy?
No, they spelled this wrong. I know what this
please be a lobster boy reveal.
Obstreperous, and they have an R instead of a P. Obstreperous youth, which means like out of control, right?
Sure.
This is so enraged the unnatural son that he swore to kill his mother.
The unnatural son. Damn, they are going all in on this.
Yeah, they really are.
To Bud continued.
Oh God, what the hell's happening? Wow.
Pride as a fall.
Okay, go ahead. Sure.
At 11 this morning, a horse bearing upon its back the person of a dusky individual was seen coming up.
Husky.
Yeah.
What's dusky?
You know, like kind of.
That's a word.
Probably racist. Yeah.
Well, sure.
Oh shit. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I'm gonna look it up, and then I'm probably not gonna say it because it's so dusky. Yep.
Okay, and we're back.
When in doubt.
The pastimes is brought to you by LegalZoom. Go ahead, Dave.
Jesus Christ. Was seen coming up South Street.
Dawn. Oh, it's probably bad.
Oh, right.
I forgot that every adjective you use in this time.
Yep. Yeah. Anything with a shade, you're like, probably not okay.
Yes.
Was seen coming up South Street at a speed that would have done credit to a Proctor Knott.
Oh my God. So really fast.
Yeah.
Proctor Knott?
Yeah, Proctor Knott.
Yeah, Proctor Knott.
What do you
know? Gareth, tell them what a Proctor Knott is.
All right. So let me walk you through this, simpleton. Okay. You know what a knot is?
Yeah.
Well, you know what a proctor is?
That's where, yeah.
What is it?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out, is it cake? And now it's proct or not?
It's not cake. Dave, why don't you tell them? Because we talked about this morning. Why don't you tell them what it is?
You guys go over the stories before? This is all a facade.
This is a screenplay we're working on. Go ahead, tell them.
The whole idea is to make you look bad.
Yeah. We tee me up real nice, and then we bring a guest on here.
Okay.
Yeah, elevate us. It's fun. By the way, we're
as
not
everybody,
recording.
no,
That's fine. I don't need this.
Just, yeah.
Proctor Knott was a famous racehorse at the time.
Oh.
His dad was Hall of Famer Luke Blackburn.
Huh. Is this true, or is this another Dollop
I
lie?
got to tell you about the Hall of Famer Luke Blackburn.
Yeah.
Also a really great horse.
Yeah.
All right.
So just as the two reached Main Street in front of a saloon owned by Mr. John Pendergrast, there was a sudden manipulation of the horse's legs.
Yeah.
Pendergrast.
Oh. Proctor Knott.
There was a sudden manipulation of the horse's legs, and the gallant rider, having made an aerial ascent of several degrees, came in contact with the ground with a force which promised serious damage to his anatomy.
Wow.
It's so much of news stories were just horses flinging people.
Well, it's also the other guy went 20 feet, flew into granite, and was like, let's go for a day in the park. So this guy has serious industry. I mean, seems strange. His anatomy suffered.
Bystanders rushed to the assistance of horse and rider, and finally they proceeded in their way, slightly disfigured, but still in the ring.
Everyone goes.
They all just keep. What else are you going to do?
I guess.
Have you seen the hospitals? That's when
we're going to take you. Yeah, we're going to take you to the doctor. No.
I
can walk it off.
I'll be fine.
Just a bone.
It's like all they do is put the bit in your mouth.
No, I feel good. Hospital. I feel good, actually. Your brain. No, I like it like this.
You don't want to see the guys we gave the nickname Sawbones about? Nah, my bones are great.
One more, David?
No, yeah, we can do. You want to do one more?
Yeah.
Oh, big finish. No pressure.
Here we go. Ready?
Gotta make these guys like me, even though this is just a.
We can hear you.
Trick.
Your mic is fully audible.
Trick. They hate me.
We can hear you right now, James. James, we can hear you right now.
I'm not too desperate. It comes through.
No, James, you've recorded
audio.
James,
you can hear it in your voice.
No, we can hear it literally.
Not muted.
Oh, let's do it.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
I love your pep talks.
Yeah. Yourself. It's only audio.
Lost a $30 straw hat and was badly scared during the war.
Wow. Is this ghost guy?
The war, yeah. The flabbergasted.
My hat was here and now it's vanished.
Ghost hat.
I mean, the war was 26 years ago.
So this is a story about a guy who was worried about losing his hat 26 years ago.
This is the big finish?
This is the big finish.
This is the big finish.
But you know about the hats and stuff, James, right?
I know what hats are. Are you trying to make me look dumb?
That's plenty. Go ahead, Dave.
This is out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. A peculiar case.
More like Hattanooga.
Apologize to James.
We're brought to you by LegalZoom. Keep going, Dave. We're fine. We're right on track.
Counting that as an apology.
Okay.
A particular case or cause of an application for a pension for damages against the government will be filed from this county in a day or two. It appears that during the war, the would-be pensioner, then a boy, about 13 years old, came to Cleveland on some errand for his father, who lived about 3 miles.
Go to Cleveland and get me milk.
That is a weird errand. Memphis to Cleveland. That's not an errand.
Go to Cleveland and get me some tobacco, would you, son?
Son, we're out of butter. Get on your Cleveland clothes.
Can you go get me a loaf of Cleveland sourdough? When you come back, you'll be in your 20s. Go, boy.
I know there's a war happening, but
son, I am just dying for a bit of Cleveland lemonade. Do you mind walking to Cleveland from Chattanooga?
This is the one guy who loves Cleveland more than
boy. Cleveland's got it all.
I visited there once. I mean, Memphis is cool and all.
Memphis is all right, but when it comes to big city, I want Cleveland fudge. Hey, son, before it gets dark, would you go to Cleveland and get some fudge?
Okay, Papa. Does it always have to be Cleveland?
Yes. Hurry back.
Have you been to any other cities?
You wasted precious Cleveland trotting time. Now get moving, boy. Get to Cleveland.
New Cleveland shoes. The last ones broke through, and my Cleveland feet were walking on the Cleveland earth.
Get another pair of shoes in Cleveland. They got the best shoes in Cleveland.
Oh, okay. Can I
Right
get
there.
do you need a new bride? I know Mama left just because of your
She didn't
Cleveland
leave us.
obsession.
She
I'm
was
right
sent
here,
to
you fucking weirdos.
Yeah, all right. You
Ghost Mom!
Oh no! On an all-new Flabber Ghosted. Followed by the review. The Simpsons are on before it. Keep going.
The
Simpsons are on before it.
Followed by the Simpsons on before.
The panicked voice announcer.
The Simpsons are
Just leave it in.
Prior to that, with the Simpsons are an all-new Simpsons.
The Simpsons are on before
The Simpsons are on before it.
So funny. Okay. I don't know. The Simpsons are on before.
Okay, unlike this whole bit we just did, he lived about 3 miles north of lived about 3 miles north of Cleveland.
All that matters is we didn't know that.
Why is this in the Memphis paper?
All that matters. Before he could leave the city, a squad of federal soldiers dashed through the street and had a regular battle with some Confederate soldiers who were in town.
Regular battle.
That's like regular drunk or whatever they called it. Yeah. It's a regular battle.
The boy made a break for his...
that was hard times. That was hard times.
This is like 4 guys against 3.
They had a normal war.
Remember the famous Cleveland battle in the Confederate War?
Yes. Yeah. They said it was quite pedestrian.
A boy lost his hat.
Oh my God. He forgets
it was in all the
hat.
papers.
Yeah.
So the boy made a break for his horse, mounted him, and was off for home like the wind. Before he knew it, he was in the midst of the fuselage. Fuselage? I can't read that. And although he reached home safely, he lost a $30 straw hat and has never been any account since. A $30 straw hat's pretty expensive.
Artist rendering of what the hat could look like today.
I can't imagine why a kid who's 13 would have a $30
$30, yeah, in 1890s is
1890.
Got to be $1,000 hat.
It's got to be
probably $1 million.
By about inflation. What are we talking? Bitcoin?
It's $1,000.
That's crazy.
He had a $1,000 hat on
as a child.
As a child.
God, I wish.
Although you're 13, you're basically you're a man.
Then. Yeah, back then they didn't have.
Teenagers. Look how old he is.
It was a wedding gift.
Teenagers literally hadn't been invented yet.
Yeah.
Like,
this is my pension hat.
13.
Well, this is your midlife crisis hat. You're 13
He's
now.
acting out. You know how they are when they're halfway through their life. Ever since Suzanne and the kids left him.
Yep. She's gone. I don't know who that other lady was.
He says he never feels like taking any exercise or getting up soon of a morning and has no energy for anything.
This is crazy.
Don't like to work. And attributes it all to the scare he got during the battle. He lost his hat and he was never the same.
It was $1,000 hat. I get it. I never had anything worth.
Hey, honey,
half that.
Are you going to go to work today? I don't know. That hat's still gone.
My savings was on my head.
That was 26 years ago.
It was just like yesterday.
But maybe we should go out and have dinner somewhere.
Look, honey, your love is great, but it's no hat.
No, I know.
Thank you.
And our kids are beautiful, but I wish they were expensive hats.
Hey, Mom, can Dad come down to hug us? No, he's still lamenting the hat upstairs.
Y'all fancy hats yet?
No
hugs.
Just staring at a hat box. Where did you go?
Every time she popped one of you out, I said to the doctor, tell me it's that hat. And when he said no, I barely kept living. All right,
Get
Dad.
away from me, Jimmy. You ain't no hat.
He's like a hungry cartoon where everyone turns into a steak, but his kids are all hats.
Why are you putting me on your head, Papa?
Quiet, hat.
He feels confident that he will be pensioned under the last pension act. He thinks he's going to get a pension because he was running through a battle.
Oh my God. Oh my
This is a fancy lad.
Listen, I mean, honestly,
This is a fancy lad,
This
right?
is
I mean,
yes.
it's got to be a fancy lad.
We found
Yes.
the fanciest lad. Yeah.
Yeah, he took a wrong turn during a war. He couldn't even like clock that a battle was happening.
Well, I mean, he
And
should
just walked through it with his $1,000 hat on his way to get the city chocolate or whatever.
Oh,
And he's never been the same.
oh, he came home. His dad was like, "You'll get over it." That was 26 years ago.
Yeah, this is the Elon Musk of his day. It's like,
oh, wow. Well, strong ending.
Shit.
Well, James, thank
Yeah.
you for coming on again.
always so fun.
You mean
And
that?
I do mean that. Yeah,
He
yeah. I
does
know
it.
you.
He does.
Can you
it.
do
I
one
know
more
you-
take and just really?
Yeah, punch it up. a
Did
little
you
bit.
just flex your arm muscles at us?
I'm just trying to
And
tell you to not fuck around.
Oh my God! Look at his guns.
Will you say it one more time, please?
Look at his guns.
Say it one more time before I start punching.
Look at his guns.
Yeah. All right, we'll take it.
I'm good at it.
Fritz is dead on social media.
Yep.
What's your album
What's your
called again?
deal,
Your
man?
album is so good.
Oh, the ancient album, Still Together.
Still
Thank you.
together.
I say I gotta get better. The album that just dropped 6 years ago. It's called Still Together. I like it. I still like it.
You know you're one of our
Most of it.
favorites.
You're one of
without
my
question.
favorites.
So we thank you, James, and
Thanks for having me. It's so fun.
just Venmo us for the appearance fee.
Right.
Okay?
Is it still one giant hat?
One hat, $1,000.
Why'd you bring up the hat? God damn!
Oh God! Look what you did to your dad.
Oh, sorry. Hats off to you guys.
Oh Christ!
Some of these days you'll miss me, honey.